Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm hacking this day. I'm hacking this day. All right. Firstly, hello everyone. Hope you're having a nice Sunday. I was getting ready to finish off a vlog that I was going to make for all of you to release today. It's a vlog of yesterday evening's amazing Michelin dinner that we had with 6 courses from these incredible chefs. This kind of private dining experience. But you know what? It's Sunday at 8 p.m. I've had an amazing day and life happened. I made a vlog about this recently, about how life happened. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not going to finish the vlog before midnight if I'm going to do it in the way that I would want to do it, right? And to be honest with you, you deserve better than that. So I've decided, I came up with a great idea to live stream a chat with you instead, because I don't want to break my 100-day video challenge. So thank you for joining. If you're going to join this now, I hope this doesn't ruin our beautiful timeline of videos on our platform, but we're testing this out. We're live streaming today. All right. So I've titled this one Quotes That Have Helped Me in Entrepreneurship and Life. And, you know, Sunday's a day for reflection. If you're not reflecting regularly, I'd urge you to try and take a little bit of time out on a Sunday just to reflect on your past day, your weekend, your past week, and think about, you know, where you are and ask yourself some questions about, you know, are you growing? What are you developing in? Are you getting rid of bad habits? Are you replacing those with positive habits? So feel free to write some questions if you have, but I wanted to read off a couple of quotes. Rufus has sent me one too as well. Hey, Rufus, I know you're watching this, mate. Thanks. Give us a thumbs up, Rufus. Write something in the comments. I want to read a few comments and quotes that have really helped me genuinely through entrepreneurship and life. And one of them is this, and I think they could be quite valuable to you as well, right? So there's one quote that was told to me by a really dear friend of mine. His father, his father said this quote, and it said basically this: "Don't let the best in life become the enemy of good." So I think that's a metaphor for all things in moderation, right? So I urge you to think about that one. It's just one that's always stuck with me. I forget about it sometimes, and I remember it every year or two or three. And it's funny how sometimes you remember specific quotes at a time that you need that quote, right? I don't know if you have an experience with that too. And hey, as we're going through this, if you think of some really great quote that we could all benefit and share from, or something that you think I've missed, write it in the comments, and we'll upvote that one for you as well. All right, so let's jump back into my quotes. Right. So I've got a bunch of quotes from books that I've read. And this is actually what I do. This is why I love it, having a Kindle and reading my Kindle, because I highlight quotes and comments in my Kindle. So I have my quotes here. Literally, it's like I've got like a list of quotes. You probably won't be able to see that. And here we go. Which one should I pick first? That's a good question. Let's go with, I like this one. "The cowards never started, and the weak died along the way." That leaves us, ladies and gentlemen, us. And I think that's a nice metaphor for action and execution, because the reality is, in the world of entrepreneurship, everyone is walking around with a great idea. You've got a great idea. You've got a great idea. I've got a great idea. Everyone around me's got great ideas, right? But the big difference between an idealist and an entrepreneur is execution. So to read that comment again, "The cowards never started, and the weak died along the way." That leaves us, ladies and gentlemen, us. And I think I need to say one more comment about that one, because there's a really nice follow-on to that, which is about perseverance. And I've met many an entrepreneur in my life. I've met many a VC. I've met both super successful and failed in every aspect of things, right? And the big difference between those who are successful and those who are failed is those who failed had stopped doing what they were doing. Perseverance and persistence is the only trick to being successful. To continue to go, to continue to do, to continue to execute, and not give up on a dream, on an ambition. Have a calculated opinion about, okay, why did it go wrong? And I'll read another one for you as well. Another quote that I recently come into was from the wonderful Matthew Mcconaughey, the actor. We all know him. We love that guy. He said something brilliant. And he said, "Often in life, we tend to analyze our lives only when things are going wrong." Right? You know, you're in a rut. Why is it going wrong? Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. But so you kind of figure out, okay, why is it going wrong? Because, you might think it's the universe against you, or you might just actually be thinking that I'm, drinking too much, or I'm not exercising, or I've lost motivation and I don't know why. And that's looking at what's making it wrong. But very rarely we look at our life when it's going well. We analyze why it's going well, because instead of analyzing it and being reflective, instead we're just sitting there and we are just grateful that things are going well, right? So when things are going well for you, try, and that's why I think regular reflection is very important, because then you're going to catch the bad moments and the good moments by default by reflecting every single Sunday. I made a video about that beforehand. It's just called reflection and why you should reflect more. It's something that I've started to do a lot more of, and it's meant that I've managed to catch myself when times have been good and why they were good. And I identified that, honestly, the best times of my life weren't any different to the bad. I was just cooking for myself regularly. I was getting some social interactions because I'm a social person. I feed off other people. And I was exercising like 5 times a week. That was it. It was so simple. The recipe for success in myself. And this was success from the inside, right? I felt like I was succeeding. And that's a big difference between the external factor, like promotions and pay rises, which things we measure ourselves by those, which only come around every 6 to 12 months. And when in reality, if you measure yourself from within, the happiness within, which you gain from reflection, and you feel positive because you're healthy, because you're exercising or whatever, that's what's important for me. Whatever is important for you is something that you'll have to figure out for yourself. Going for a walk or whatever it might be, try to identify that, because that's something that you can definitely use to be more successful in life and feel more successful. Blah, 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 Matt. All right, next one. I love this quote. It's not that relevant for now, but in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind, there are few. And that's from Shanruju Suzuki, the Zen Mind, Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. And I like that one because it basically proves that, and also this is actually something for like, hey, Zahiru Islam, hello, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining the group. Love you, man. Thanks for joining. Check out other videos out. We're just we're testing out live streams tonight because I didn't finish a vlog in time. But thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate it. If you have any quotes, mate, that have been valuable to you, write them in the comments right now, mate. I'd love to hear that. But to finish off my point about this one, about what, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert minds, there are few. This is about understanding your self-worth as well, because I find that a lot of entrepreneurs, and also people who go into consulting or try to create businesses by selling a service, lifestyle businesses, when they're remote work, they don't know how to price themselves, and they do things freely for too long. But remember that you're not paying someone for the job right now and the hours they're doing it. You're paying them for the hours and the years that it took them to become an expert at that, right? And that also reminds me of a beautiful quote from Churchill. Winston Churchill said, if you want me to make a 1-hour speech, give me an hour to write it. If you want me to make a 15-minute speech, give me 24 hours. And this just goes to show that, an expert can say something simply in a short period of time that's succinct, but someone who doesn't necessarily know a topic or theme will obviously just talk around it because they don't exactly know how to succinctly describe it, right? So that's a nice one there. All right, another one. Giving up doesn't mean stopping. Don't ever stop. This is so relevant in entrepreneurship that you face, honestly, I can share this big experience with you that you won't believe how my 2020 changed, right? 2020 was the most unbelievable year for me, right? I started out, we were starting to run out of cash in my startup and we needed to raise a new round of funding. And I had like 5 employees at the time. I had about 4 months runway. So my company was going to be bankrupt in 4 months, right? Going into 2020. And then obviously we all know what happened, right? I'm not going to say it now because Google will limit the video then. So that happened. And then I obviously had to let everyone go. And I was just trying to keep enough money in the company to survive so that I could maybe, come out of it. And I was going to do some consulting work here and there. And then obviously I started consulting to one of my investors over summer. And then lo and behold, at the end of that period, I kept the company alive. The company started to do well again. And then I sold the company. 2020 was a year where I was struggling at the beginning in the first half of the year, financially, emotionally, everything, like we all were. And then the year ended up me selling the company and absolutely everything changed and flipped on its head. So things can change so quickly. Never forget that as an entrepreneur, when you're in the trenches, when you're at the bottom of the roller coaster, and they say it is a roller coaster because I see entrepreneurship as like a frequency, right? It's like you have highs and lows, highs and lows. Sometimes the highs are super high and then the drops are super quick. But just remember that it is going to turn around. It is going to turn around, right? So you celebrate the wins, but you also embrace the losses and think about what is this teaching us right now? What can we learn from this, right? So don't forget that one. It's a really important one to remember. And that's why having a co-founder or some partners to work with when you're setting up a company in the early days is so valuable because you can lean on each other. That's why having a co-founder, you're having a bad day, week, month. I've had bad months, and if you had a co-founder to lean on you to kind of pick up the pieces for you, I have Rufus. who's basically my co-founder in the channel, right? Where we're partners in this now, equal partners. I can lean on him and we lean on each other and it works really well. So speaking of Rufus sent me a really nice quote and I'm going to read it for you. This is one that really sticks with Rufus. Watch your thoughts. They become your words. Watch your words. They become your actions. Watch your actions because they become your habits. Watch your habits because they become your character. Watch your character because it becomes your destiny. Really beautiful comment, Rufus. Thanks so much for that one, man. A really, really beautiful quote. I think, and I've learned this in later years now, I say later years, I'm 30, but I still feel like I'm maturing and things like that. I've realized the importance of coming back to quotes and comments for both inspiration, both for just like to come back to one thing that doesn't change, right? Like a quote and a comment that means something to you won't change. Everything else is changing. We live in the constant dynamic world, especially if you're creating companies, working with people, whatever you're doing, relationships, everything's dynamic, everything's changing. But these comments and quotes, that you can come back to them and they mean the same thing to you, and they can really help you through stages of your life when you need it, right? So thank you, Rufus, for that one. That was beautiful. Here's another one. You measure yourself by the people who measure themselves by you. That's a nice one. You measure yourself by the people who measure themselves by you. I really like that. I still don't quite understand it, but I like that I don't. I'm thinking about different ways to look at that. And a lot of people who maybe are friends with you because they value you as an individual because you bring positive things into their life, perhaps. That's maybe a way to look at that one. I like that. Don't let the best become the, I already said that one. And then David Goggins has one. I'm going to replace the words he uses. Everyone starts from zero, basically. Always be willing to embrace ignorance and become the idiot in the classroom again, because that is the only way to expand your body of knowledge and body of work. It's the only way to expand your mind. And this has been such an important one to me recently because I've been doing this 100-day video challenge and I've decided to, I'm a full-time YouTuber now. And I struggled with that at the beginning because I've done venture capital before and invested in companies and run companies and sold a company. And I was starting from zero again. I'm a nobody YouTuber. And I struggled with that. It was an identity issue for me because I felt like, well, I was at a position in my career where I felt that I was, doing well and I had status and I had people who knew who I was. And all of a sudden I was going back to zero. But there's something so humbling about the fact that everybody starts from zero at one point, and every single person that you admire, every great person that you look forward to and you aspire to be like, started at zero. So we're all in the same boat, and embrace that. And just remember that, you can only go up from zero, right? You can only go up. So you've only got positive things to come. So I like that comment. All right, let's get another one go. What else should we go for? There's some really nice ones here. Yeah, John Nemo. The riches are in the niches. That's really relevant for YouTube, I think. Really relevant for YouTube. The riches are in the niches. If you have a niche content, a niche brand identity, talking about a niche topic, you can do very well because you're going to, appeal to a very interesting audience. People respond to passion and enthusiasm. I've learned that. I am quite a passionate person. I'm quite an enthusiastic person and quite an entertaining person. I try to be, at least. And people respond to that. People can see my passion. And, right now I'm super tired on a Sunday and I'm making this live stream for you because I don't want to, I want to keep up with my 100-day video challenge. But I'd like to think I'm giving a bit of energy and excitement right now to you. And I'm loving it because I love this. This is my passion. Maybe you can see that. Hopefully you can. Hopefully you appreciate that. I like this one. Income improvement follows self-improvement. So I think a lot of people want to get more money or make more money or whatever it might be, but forget that the fact that, you can't just go out there and get more money. You need to work on self-improvement first. And that can be learning new things. That can be becoming more confident to ask for the things that you think you deserve or that you do deserve. So income improvement follows self-improvement. I like that one. That's a beautiful one. Okay. Oh yeah, this is a really nice one. I'll finish with this one because I realize it's coming on to 15 minutes now already. Elon Musk said this one. The longer you wait to fire someone, the longer it has been since you should have fired them. I like this because I like having difficult conversations. I've learned one thing in my life so far, that the quicker you have difficult conversations, we all avoid conflict. Let's be honest. We all avoid conflict on a regular basis because conflict is uncomfortable. It's conflict. It's fighting for a reason, right? You never know. It's unpredictable. The person could react in any number of ways. But in general, I think that's a good lesson for life about having more difficult conversations quicker. I mean, I have a great example for that. It's last weekend. People were sort of wanting to have an after party at my place, and I just went along with it. I didn't really want to, and then I was just tired and blah 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 blah. And I should have had in that moment been like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm tired." And then I decided I made a bad choice. When I should have just said, "Hey, this is how I really feel," because I was avoiding the conflict and the awkwardness of the conversation. But I think people actually respect you for making the choice that you actually want to choose. And even if it's a difficult one to say, just be honest and true to yourself, I guess. Anyway, there's any great ones I can finish off with? Let's have a look. Anyone got? Yeah, this is a great one to finish. Again, along the passion ones. People don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. That's a really nice one. People don't buy what you do; they buy why you do it. I think I'll finish with that one. Apart from one more, I've got one more. Sorry, I've got one more great one. Here we go. This is from Tim Ferriss. A bad feeling is enough to make you not invest, but a good feeling is often isn't enough to make you invest. So that's a good thing about good feelings versus bad feelings. People are more are more worried about bad feelings than good feelings, basically. Anyway, enough, Matt. Go ahead and like this video, please. And put this one together last minute. Here we are on the spot. If you think I should do more live streams, let me know. Thank you for watching this episode. We'll be back tomorrow with we got a really exciting week coming. Maybe I can tell you that one. Hold on, what did Rufus say? Alchemist. When you can't go back, you have to worry only about the best way of moving forward. Rufus, thank you, my buddy. Thank you for watching this. Zohirul Islam, thank you for joining as well, mate. Really appreciate your comments. Apologies for my lack of ability to read your name. I'm quite dyslexic, and it's my weakness. But I see dyslexia as a strength, actually. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode, everyone. Have a nice Sunday. Great episodes coming this week. Rufus and I are back tomorrow talking about some interesting topics. Tuesday, we've got some vlogs coming, and we got some VC reaction videos coming next week. So stay tuned for some exciting content coming. And if you think we should do more live streams, love you. Bye. Cheers, everyone. Thanks. Here we go. See if I can end this now. Bye.